Okay, so now we're gonna go over some exercises that's gonna hopefully help you out with transitioning between normal strumming and palm muted within patterns. So for now, we're just gonna focus on the right hand because this is all a right hand technique. Left hand, let's just take a power chord. We'll go to a power chord in the key of G. So that's our index finger on the 3rd fret of the E string and our ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string. Just the top 2 strings being used. And our left hand's gonna stay there. We're gonna worry about our right hand right now. After we get our right hand up to par, then we'll start moving the left hand around and combining things. This exercise is going to go through 4 different modes, basically, 4 different variations. We're going to use 4 quarter notes, so it's a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one, we're going to open up 4. 1, 2, and 3 are going to be palm muted. 4 is going to be strummed without the palm mute. So it's going to go, I'll go really slow at first. 1, 2, 3, open on 4. All together. And we want to repeat that. Getting through these patterns one time is pretty simple. It's when you got to repeat it. That's where you'll see it takes a little bit of discipline for your right hand, so you don't hesitate. But this first one, we're going to 1, 2, 3, open on 4. So we'll go through pretty slow at first. A little slower than that. And just repeat it. If you can get through it about 10 times without making a mistake or feeling like you're barely getting through it, that's a good sign you're ready to move on to the next one. The next version of the exercise, all we're going to do is just move that open chord. From 4, we're going to move it to 3. That means 1, 2, and 4 are palm muted. 3 is strummed without the palm mute. So it's 1, 2, open 4, 1, 2, open 4. Alright, so I'll go through that. It just keeps on going. Now we're going to open up 2. 1, 3, and 4 are going to be palm muted. So it's 1, open, 3, 4, 1, open, 3, 4. And finally, we're going to open up 1. That means 2, 3, and 4 are the ones that are palm muted. So it's open, 2, 3, 4, open, 2, 3, 4. And that's the basics of it. Get through those 4. Like I said, all of them, try to get it so it's natural. You don't even really have to think about it. Your right hand starts to kind of just works involuntarily. It becomes second nature, basically. And then after you get up to that point, then we're going to try to take the left hand, step that left hand up a notch, basically, and throw in a chord change. Just take small steps at first. We'll just do 2 chords. We're going to go G, power chord, so 3rd fret with the index and 5th fret with the ring finger on A. And then we'll just move up 3 frets. So we'll go from 3rd fret rooted on E. Same strings, we're just going to move up to fret 6 for the index finger on E, and then fret 8 on the A string for the ring finger. So it's just 3 to 6. And we'll go 4 times on each one, or 8. We'll just do 8 times so we get a little bit more time to kind of hang out there and think of our next move. So we'll repeat through that pattern twice on each chord and change back and forth. So first I'll start with the open on 4. Move it to the open on 3. Open on 2. Open on 1. Alright, from there, it's up to you how big of a step you want to take for the next to kind of step things up a notch. We can do the same exact things, just move to the A and D string and kind of work your way down the strings with the power chord. So you're getting a feel for how it's going to work on all the strings. You're gonna have to adjust your hands slightly. You know, if you're playing rooted on the A string with the power chord, fret 3 on the A, fret 5 on the D. It's just a little bit lower down, so you're gonna kind of probably adjust how your palm's laying. I'll sort of roll down as I get to the last strings. When I get to like strings B and E, I'm really going to have to kind of change how I'm sitting as opposed to the E and A string. Depending on your guitar as well. Some guitars, this one for example, the volume knob is not in a very convenient place for muting on the high E string and the B string. It's kind of getting in the way of my hand. I normally don't like that. It's easy to accidentally hit the knob and start turning your volume down while you're playing. And it's kind of a cram spot to get your hand into. So some guitars you'll kind of have to find your own technique for it. But you want to try it on all the strings. And kind of incorporate that exercise, moving it side to side, string to string. Pretty much like the power chord exercise I went through in another video. Just incorporate the palm use with that and try different rhythms. Don't forget working with open strings as well. So you can take we can start with just an open E string and just a single note. And add in the 5th to make a power chord, open E power chord. Open on E, 2nd fret on A. Then we'll add the octave of the power chord. We're going to play a higher E on the D string. So 2nd fret on A and 2nd fret on D string. You can use 2 fingers or just bar across. Use the flat of your 1st finger and hold down the A and D strings on the 2nd fret at the same time with 1 finger. It's going to take a little bit more discipline for the right hand for the pick to, connect with the strings you want to connect and no more than that. That's mainly all there is left of power chords with or palm muting with power chords. We'll get into a separate video clip. I'll probably continue with this. We'll get into using the palm mutes with single strings, which it's basically the same thing that's applying to the right hand. You're gonna have to use a little bit different technique for that. So we'll go through some exercises with that as well to kind of get that down. All right, and that will continue on the 3rd part of this video.